So you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So much for joining us today for Cooking with Miss Brenda. And I have Olivia is back with us. And I just want to give you a great big hand. Thank you so much, Olivia, for coming back. What did we make the last time you were here?
We made pad thai.
Pad thai. And isn't that interesting that we're doing a pasta again? But this time we are making a portobello mushroom penne pasta, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that you actually like mushrooms.
Yes.
Some kids might say, "Oh, I've turned their nose up a little bit," but you really like them, right?
Yes.
And I think I've got this too hot. I've turned this on to preheat a little bit. But for those that are just, let me just click this right here so we can get going live here. Let me turn the volume down. So there we go. And let's see, there we go. So we can actually welcome everybody to join us. If you have any questions at all, anytime during our live, just go ahead and type them in there. I'll try to answer them. If I miss them, Melissa, our general manager for Kids Club for Jesus, is here behind the scenes. She's operating the equipment, and she will let me know if I missed a question. So she's going to be with us on that. And so, Olivia, you said that we did pasta the last time. Now, did you go home and have you cooked anything since that you've since you left here? Did it inspire you to cook after you were on the program? What have you helped cook in the kitchen?
Not really much.
Not anything, but you probably help your mom in the kitchen preparing meals, don't you? Like, do you like wash the lettuce or prepare the vegetables or?
Occasionally, I'll like chop the vegetables and help her. Maybe like stir stuff in the frying pan and stuff like that.
What's your favorite thing to fix?
I'm not sure actually.
What's your favorite food to eat?
To eat? Probably spaghetti.
Spaghetti, okay. And do you make that any certain way? Do you like that spaghetti with meatballs or spaghetti just in a marinara sauce or?
Spaghetti with mushrooms.
Spaghetti with mushrooms.
Spaghetti with mushrooms.
Well, we could do that sometime. Well, maybe we'll have you back and we'll do some spaghetti with mushrooms. But let me read the recipe for you. Actually, why don't you read the recipe? You want to do that? Yeah. Well, you don't need to write this down because the recipe is on our website, kidsclubforjesus.org. So you can just go there and the recipe is right there. You can relax and just enjoy the show. However, if you just want to get an idea of what we're fixing and what the ingredients are, Olivia will read the ingredients for you. We have a vegan version that is posted on our website, and today is just the vegetarian version. So it will have some butter in it, but we do post both, so you can go there and choose. So tell us what's in there, Olivia.
1 medium of onion, 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 cups of portobello mushrooms, 1 cup of white mushrooms, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of better than bouillon seasoned vegetable base, 1 1/2 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of water, and half a cup of half and half, and 4 cups of cooked penne pasta.
Very good. Very good. Doesn't that sound good? And it's really easy because we're just going to melt our butter or margarine. If it's vegan, just use margarine. And we're just going to start sautéing our onions. Okay? All right. So we're going to do that, and we're going to cook the mushrooms till they're tender, and then we're going to add our bouillon and our we're going to make a slurry. I'm going to tell you how to make a slurry, and just simmer that a couple minutes. So we'll add our half and half, and by the way, there is a vegan version of half and half. Simmer a little bit. This is so easy, guys. You're just going to love it. Okay, so let's say hi to some people here. Want to help me look over here? We have Chris Goddard is watching us all the way in Nashville, and thank you guys for telling me where you're from. I love knowing where you're from. Don't you like hearing from where people are watching anywhere in the world?
Yes.
I know, I do too. So we have Chris is watching, and also my good friend Lois Somerville. Hello, Lois. I love you. She tells us it's freezing in Florida. I heard that. I had that. My good friend Lachelle down in Florida said the same thing. I think it was like 32 degrees or something like that.
That's so cold for Florida.
Yes, exactly. And let's see. So Liesel's watching. Liesel, where are you from? Can you tell us? And then Liesel, also Carolyn Walker, is from Wisconsin, and she is joining us. And she joined us. I had a live last night. Yesterday was Giving Tuesday. And so at 8 o'clock last night, I had a live. I'm so excited for all of you that joined us. And we had a wonderful time together. I had Teddy Bear, our dog, with me. And he did really good, didn't he, for being on camera that long. So Carolyn is with us. We have Edgard Segura. How would you say that?
I don't know. Segura.
Segura. Okay, that sounds good to me. And he says, hi. Tell us where you're from, Edgar. And also D.A. Cadwell says, blessings, everyone. Tell us where you're from, please. And Jacqueline Moore is from Maryland. Hi, how are you? And our social media director, Ash, is joining us as well. You know where she lives? You know where Ash lives? All the way in South Africa. Now, I have been to South Africa many times, and I can tell you it is a long plane ride to get there. A long plane ride to get there. And D.A. just told us he is from the Pacific Northwest, and it's sunny. And so thank you so much for joining us. Oh, Janice Anderson is watching you. Janice, I can't believe it, girl. I love you. Janice and I go way, way back. She's an amazing artist and a chef. And we've had some fun times cooking together. We've had some fun times painting together. She's actually the only person. I do oil paintings. I was showing Olivia around the house all my oil paintings before the program started, and Aunt Janice is the only person that I have ever painted on the same canvas with. And we painted a mural for the public school in Bolton, Massachusetts. I think it's still hanging there, Janice. Wow. Anyway, thank you for joining me. And let's see, Liesel is from Corpus Christi, Texas, and Mary Guy is from Michigan. So if you guys have any questions at all, just go ahead and type those in there. Melissa will let me know if I'm overlooking anything. And we're going to start this program. We are going to start by, let's see if we can just, if you can use that spatula and put the butter in there. We're going to start melting that. And that's good. And I'll just take the dish and put it right here. And you can take the longer spatula if you want and just kind of stir that around. And when we get the bottom covered, we'll go ahead and add our onions, okay? And you can put those in after that. Olivia said she hasn't cooked a lot since, but I can tell you she is a really good chef in the kitchen. You are. So just, all right, now I think that's good. So you can just go ahead and let that butter continue to melt in there. And why don't you use your spatula and put the onions in on top of it, okay? Yeah, it's been, you can take it off with this one. How's that? There you go. She's doing a good job. Let's see here. Okay. Yesterday for our live, you can go there and see it on my Brenda Walsh Ministries page, also on our YouTube channel, Brenda Walsh Ministries, and you can watch the live. I was just sharing more about our children's ministry that I'm doing and the different aspects of it, and it's just and also sharing with you about our team. How about that? My mom is over here watching. My mom's living with me for the winter, and I just love it. And my mom, you can say this loud enough, but haven't you always told us that we have to get out every last drop? Say it loud, Mom. I can hear you. You believe it? She says you believe it. And so since my mom is actually right here watching, I'm going to get that last drop off. And Lois, you know, my mama means business. I'm gonna do what I'm told. Even when you're an adult, you still honor your father and your mother, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so come over here. I'm gonna turn this up now. So if I turn up the heat, you're gonna have to start watching that a little bit. It gets pretty hot. This is a pretty good. That's a big piece of onion, isn't it? That's a really big piece of onion. I think I'm gonna have to just cut that onion. Let me just do this right here since it's still cold. I slivered these, but boy, I didn't do a good job there, did I? I left a little fat piece in there, so we'll get that out of there. Okay, so that should get hot there. Tell me, Olivia, while we're waiting for the onions, tell me what kind of hobbies do you like to do?
I still love
Right over
collecting
here.
stuff. And I like reading a lot.
What kind of books do you read?
Usually realistic fiction. And sometimes like true stories.
True stories are good.
Yeah, I pretty much read all types of books, but probably my favorites are realistic fiction.
And tell me, do you have any musical talents?
I like playing piano and cello.
Cello. So are you taking cello lessons?
Yeah.
Awesome. Many years have you been taking?
6 years.
How old are you?
10.
She's 10 years old and you've been taking it 6 years. Wow, you started when you were 4 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, so you must be pretty good. Are you going to play in an orchestra?
Not really. There's like this chamber music program at our school.
You can give that a stir while you're talking.
And we play in there. They meet on Thursday nights. And there's some adults that play in there too. That's why they make it late, so then like after they're out, like after they're done with work, they can come.
And so where do you play? Do you
See.
do you do performances?
With the orchestra,
No.
no.
But who gets to hear you? Like if somebody wanted to hear you play, where would we go to hear you? Like, are you going to do a Christmas concert or?
I don't know.
Well, if you do, make sure you invite me so I can come listen. Okay? I'd like to hear you play. You should come play your cello with me on Praise and Worship on Sabbath sometime.
Yeah.
How are you at playing hymns? Pretty good?
I guess. I don't really play hymns that much.
So maybe if you learn some hymns and we can do a postlude together on the Praise and Worship on Sabbath. I'd love that. I love the cello. It's a beautiful instrument.
Yeah. It's a pity that all these people start playing violin. I mean, violins are beautiful, but like there's so much they're missing out on.
So would you also take violin?
No, my brother does violin and piano.
And you do cello?
Yeah.
So did you ever do any duets together?
Sometimes we do a trio because my mom also plays the piano. Like at church, we perform.
Oh, well, there you go. You're a musical family. Does your dad play too?
No.
Maybe he sings. Round it all out, they play and... No? You sure? Let's see who we have here. Pamela Morgan. Hello, Pamela, all the way from Jamaica. Thank you for joining us. And we have Cindy Bodil is watching us. Hello, Cindy. And Pamela says, good evening, everyone. Want to say hi to Pamela?
Hi.
All right, so let's see here. How are those coming along? Let's get a... they're starting to get tender. Now, when the onions start to get clear like this, you see how they're changing and getting a little translucent and clear? When that happens... Now, Janice is watching. She knows that I do not like raw onions. So I like my onions cooked. Do you like raw onions?
No.
I never met a raw onion I like. I love them cooked, but not raw. So now that you can see they're getting translucent, now we're going to add our mushrooms. And we're just going to put those right in there. These are Portobello mushrooms, you know, the big cap mushrooms. And 1 equals 1 cup usually, and we cut it up into chunks like this. So that's what we're doing for that. And we also have the regular white button mushrooms that are sliced, and we're going to add those. So you just mix those all in with the onions, and let them all just kind of like the onions flavor the mushrooms a lot. So while you're doing that, I'm going to sprinkle the seasonings in there and let that all just simmer in together. We have our parsley, our thyme, a little bit of salt. Okay, let's see. We have some other. Craig McInturf watches. Hello, Craig. Thank you for joining us. And we have, listen this. She goes, hi, Olivia and Miss Brenda. This is Jenna. Recipe looks yummy, but you can have all the mushrooms. And Pamela says, Morgan from Jamaica says, hi, Olivia. So come back over this way so everybody can see you good. And keep stirring that up. And I'm going to squeeze some garlic in there. This is fresh garlic. I don't know about you, but I have always been on the hunt for the perfect garlic press. And I found it several years ago when I went to Germany. And I went to speak for the AFCO's evangelistic school over there, AFCO Europe. And my good friend Gerda von Mauer and her husband Reed head up AFCO Europe. And I love Gerda to death. We always did a little shopping time in when I'm over there, and she took me to this kitchen gadget place. I absolutely love this garlic press. It's so easy to clean. You don't even have to peel the garlic cloves, you leave the skin right on it. And I'll show you how easily you just put it in here. And I'm going to just put it over the pan and then take that and scrape that off with your spatula for me. And get all of that goodness out there. And that garlic smells so good. Now I want you to see how that just lifts up and your peel is right there. And all you do is take it away. And that's how easy it is to clean. And we're going to put the next one in. And I'm going to do the same thing. And literally you don't have to press hard. It's so easy. Let me see if maybe I can get this with the knife. And you keep stirring so that we don't, because I turned it up on high because we're kind of doing a high heat stir fry to really get it going good. And there, look at that. I'm just going to take that right off of there, like that. You rinse it under the water and you're done. That's it. So easy. And no, I don't get any profit from that at all. But if you want to know what type of garlic press that is, oh, Melissa's going to put the link in it because I don't even remember the name on it. But Melissa does. Melissa is somebody that is so sharp. She can remember everybody's name. Look, she remembered even the name of that garlic press. And let's see, while you're stirring those mushrooms, let's see, that's looking good. You see how that is, let me bend it up here just a little bit so you can see how that is really just, and it creates its own juice right here because of the mushrooms. All that juice from the mushrooms creates its own juice. And so let's let that saute a minute and let you mix this slurry. And let me get a spoon over here. And you want to just dump this cold, you can let that stop, and we'll just go ahead and put that down here. Pour that in there and then start stirring quickly. And it's got to be cold water. Here's how to make a slurry. It's just cornstarch and cold water. They really emphasize cold water because cornstarch with any other temperature of water gets lumpy. So you want cold water. All right, we'll just leave that now. We've made it, and that's called a slurry. When you mix the water with the cornstarch, that is called a slurry. So now we're going to dissolve our bouillon, and we need 1.5 cups of water. And let me just get this right here. I've had this on still a little bit hot. And we're going to give this another little stir. This is called Better Than Bouillon. I'm going to take a tablespoon out here, and then I'm going to have, Olivia, if you would hold this up to the camera, and Melissa will tell you how high to hold it. This is seasoned vegetable base. It is the best bouillon I have ever found. I love it. They have a no chicken base, they have a mushroom base, a vegetable base, a no beef base. So they have lots of vegetarian options. And I've never tasted a better bouillon. I used to buy the ones in those little cardboard boxes, and that's kind of a aftertaste to those. And I've bought the dry bouillon, then you have to mix it with water. This is the best flavor. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to just mix this in while you keep stirring over there, Jenna. And now I got Jenna on my mind, Olivia. And Jen has been with us to cook here, and it'd be fun just to have you both come sometime. Jenna, how about that? We'll have you come and have you both on here cooking. That would be lots of fun, wouldn't it? So I need 1.5 cups, and I have my hot water in my teapot already. And so let's see here. 1.5 is right up there. And I'm just going to mix this up. Those are really looking good. Can you see how nice that boiled down? Are you able to see that, Melissa? Yes. See how nice and it all melted down. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add, you want to pour this over all of that, okay? And perfect, pour it all in. And now, oops, we do want to get all of that out because that's part of our seasoning. That bouillon is what really, and sometimes what I do is when I'm trying to get it all out, I just put it down there and get some of that juice in there. And yep, that will get it all out. And now, guess what you need to do? You're going to put your slurry in there because it needs to thicken a little, right? Yes. So go ahead and pour that in, and you might need this spatula to get everything out of there, okay? And put that in there. And get it all, and I'll kind of stir while you're doing that. You can see it kind of changes color a little bit, and as it begins to thicken. And that's all there is there to it. And here we go. You guys, this is such an easy recipe. You're going to love this. Let's see who else is watching. Can we see? And you can say hi to them when you see them. Estera. You want to say hi to Estera?
Hi, Estera.
And she's saying hi to you. And she's from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you so much for joining us over there. Your day is just starting, right? Let's see. And then Helene White from Alberta, Canada has joined us. And who is this one right here? Can you say her name?
Dora May Decker.
Yep. Say hi to Dora.
Hi.
Whoops. She is from Lynchburg, Virginia. Thank you for watching us. And Sydney is watching us, my grandson's friend, Sydney. And Sydney, I love you. She's part of the Fab Seven. And then we have the Jones family is watching. And the Jones family's been on the program before. We better give this a stir. I think how's that doing. And let's see. And Dora Decker says hello to the Jones family. And then Don Purr and Nadia are watching. And we're so glad you joined us. This is going to be such an easy recipe. Now you can see it's starting to thicken. And now I'm going to use I use a fat-free creamer, fat-free half and half. You can use a vegan half and half, a vegan creamer. You can use a regular, it doesn't have to be fat-free. I try to cut as many calories as I can, so that's why. And in this dish, you don't honestly need the other, so I think you're fine. So stir that up really good. Ooh, this is really good. And guess what? Today we have a special treat. Olivia's mom, Ashley, agreed to come on and do a taster. So we're excited. Does your mom like mushrooms, I hope?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, because we'd be in trouble if she didn't, right? And let's see here. All right, let that just simmer for a couple of minutes, and it will thicken up. When it does, you can do one of two things. You can, because I have a little bowl here. Maybe I should get a bigger bowl, and let me go get the bigger bowl here. I think we need to put this in a bigger bowl. And we're going to just pour it over there. And then we'll mix it together, and it's ready to eat. That's all there's to it. And you can get some fresh thyme, plate it up on a plate or put it in a pretty fancy bowl and just put some fresh thyme. Sometimes I like to put a couple of slivers of tomato for color in it. It looks so pretty at the top just to garnish. I love it. Food is not just supposed to taste good. It needs to look good too, right? If something tastes yummy, but when you look at it, you went, are you going to want to eat it?
Probably not.
Probably not. That's right. So you want to give that a good stir? Yep. Let's let that simmer up and thicken really good. And let's see. It almost looks like it needs a little more cornstarch in there. But maybe we just need to simmer it. Pardon me? She's saying more cornstarch. Well, guess what? I happen to have some more cornstarch right up here. And we're just going to add a little more. And this is what you do when you're cooking, folks. If you're making something and It could be that these mushrooms here are actually juicier than when I created the recipe. So there's a lot more juice in it, and those were pretty juicy mushrooms. So if that happens, guess what? We're just going to put a little more in. And, whoops, that was noisy, sorry. So I'm going to just put a tablespoon in here. And tell you what, you don't want to drop that on the floor because it will go all over you, and that happened to me, almost happened to me again. Let me get some cold water. And let's see here. Now, I may not put all of this in. We'll just have you stir constantly while I'm adding it, and you'll actually see it thicken. Are you able to see that? Yeah, I can see right here. You can see in there. That's good. Okay. So, Esther is saying, Miss Brenda, my mom gives you big hugs and kisses. Oh, I love your mom. Oh, please give her big hugs for me. I love you guys. I'm so glad. You'll have to have her watch with you one of these times, okay? And I want her to be able to see my mom. I tell you what, you have your mom watch next time, and I'll have my mom come on and say hi to her, okay? We'll do that. All right. So mom's over there going, yep. She goes, oh dear. All right, so start stirring, and I'm just going to add a little more. And this is good that this happened right here, because now if that happens to you at home, you go, oh yeah, that's okay. I had some really juicy mushrooms, and now I have to add a little more cornstarch, a little bigger slurry. Come over this way though, hon. All right, let's see. Oh, that's enough, I think. You see there? Can you see how much thicker that got?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's just go ahead and stir it up like that. Oh, that looks amazing. Okay, now we're almost ready for the taste test. Melissa, are you able to unplug that over there if you would? Okay. And I'm going to just pour this right over here. And let me get this right out of the way. And you want to start mixing that?
Okay.
Yep. I'll help you. Just
Can
go
you
ahead.
add any spinach to that?
Oh, she said, can you add spinach? Yes, you can. It will change the flavor a little bit, but you can add spinach. And the other thing that you can add, if you would like to have like a vegetarian chicken, or you want to add in some, scallops or something like that, or if you do eat meat, you want to add some chicken that has been cooked, you just saute the chicken in with the onions at the same time. You can do that as well. So there's many places in the world that are watching that can't. They don't have access to the vegetarian products. But if you wanted to add, but try it this way first, because I don't really think you need it. Okay, so now let me tell you a little trick here. Let's put this in here. I've got paper towels. See, everything is about presentation, right? So now look at here. I'm taking this around the bowl, and you just want to clean that up so it looks really nice. Look at that. Isn't that good? Now let's bring our plates over. Are you ready to see what this tastes like?
Yes.
Okay, let me put that over there. And I need a serving spoon. Let's see. I think I'll just get one over here. And we're ready to eat. Let's put one of these, because it needs to cool a tiny bit. So we'll put like that. Let's give her some mushrooms. So you can give that one to your mom. Okay. And we'll put one right over here. You want extra mushrooms on yours?
Sure.
Okay. Since she's my guest, co-host today, she gets to, we'll put that one over there for you. And I think that we should, does my mama want to come on and taste? Hey, Mom, do you want to come taste? My mom is here. You can come taste too, right? Let's give her one too. Here. She's got, besides, my mama taught me to cook, so you know what I mean? And Mom, you remember Maria from Australia? Her daughter's watching, so you can say hi to her, and next time we're going to have her come and watch. Come on out. Let's give him a great big hand. Come on, Olivia, give him some encouragement here. There's Ashley, thank you so much, and here's my mama. Woo! Okay, so I want to give your this one to your mom.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I'm going to give this one to my mom. And then you get to have one right over here, and you get to say, let's have it to come over this way more so that everybody can see you. Okay, that's good. So now you don't want to burn yourself. So make sure you don't.
It's got to be cold.
You might have to blow on it a little bit to cool it off. But tell us what you think. And let's see here. We have, and Esther, see, I've got my mama here. I told you I did. So you tell your mom that we love her and that next time she's got to come say hi to my mom.
It's good.
And Paul Lagasse is watching us. Thank you, Paul. And also, Teresa Stroud is watching. So I'm glad you joined us.
This is really good.
What do you think?
Really good.
Really
Now, if my mom tells me it's good, that's woo! You know?
It's an approval from Mom.
That's an approval for Mom. You like it, Mama? Mm-hmm. Oh, what do you think, Olivia?
It's really good.
Would you want some to take home for your dad to try?
Sure.
What do you think?
Oh,
Does he like mushrooms?
yes.
Yeah.
Everyone in our family.
Everyone loves mushrooms in your family. Well, I want to tell you about what we have coming up for next week. We have already recipes. Is it posted yet? Yes. It's posted. So as soon as we go off live, you guys go and you choose which recipe we're going to do next week. So vote for it. And someone told me that this was the recipe they voted for. Let's see, who was that? Chris Goddard said that this is the recipe that you voted for. So Chris, congratulations. I'm glad your recipe won. Let's see. Next week, it's all about cranberries. All about cranberries. We have cranberry walnut scones, apple cranberry pie, Christmas cranberry cake, and cranberry pecan cookies.
That all sounds good.
Which one sounds best to you?
Probably cranberry pecan cookies.
Cookies, yeah. That's a. What about you, Mom?
Cranberry walnut scones.
Yes, I love
I don't know. We're
scones.
gonna have to vote and see who's gonna win.
If you live in the Collegedale area, Melissa and I have baked goods that we sell at the Village Market in Collegedale, right there on the campus. And if you go between 12 and 3, we're there selling our baked goods, and we have pies, we have cakes, we have scones, we have all kinds of cookies. And if you go to Facebook, go to Miss Brenda's Bakery on Facebook, and you can see pictures of all our food. And we also take special orders. So if you don't see something there that you like, and you say, "Oh, I would like to have a really, maybe I'd like to have a pineapple pie, or maybe you'd like to have a blueberry pie," and you don't see it. Whatever it is, we take special orders. So I just had somebody call me for my lemonade cake, and I'm making that for them. Yeah, so we take special orders.
I just want to say one thing.
Yes.
We usually sell out in the first hour, and we're not usually there at the end.
Yes, Mama's right. You need to come right at 12 because it goes quick. And I have my homemade bread. I have homemade whole wheat chia bread with raisins. That is amazing. Those chia seeds don't have a flavor. They have what they do. They are packed with nutrients and so nutritious for you. And they give the bread a texture that is amazing, a little chewy texture. You don't even need butter on the bread. Mom likes it without even anything on it at all. And also I have regular whole wheat bread. I even make white bread because some people like to have white bread, and you know what? No shame there. So sticky buns, sweet rolls. So if you're in the Collegedale area, stop by on Fridays, Village Market, 12 o'clock. Be there early. Yeah, that would be a guess. Well, let's see if we have any other comments here, any other questions. Let's see here. I scrolled past them. Rhonda Bernard is joining us, and I want to thank you, Rhonda, for joining us. I also want to encourage you to support our Kids Club for Jesus ministry. If you go to our website, kidsclubforjesus.org, you will see that we have uploaded more than 800 programs. We're adding new programs every single week. And that is a pretty amazing feat, really, when you think about we've just been a little over a year. That's what God does, is there's no way we could do that without, we're just the humble servants, and that God is just working miracles. And we really couldn't do this without your support. So I just ask that you keep us in your prayers, and also if you would support us financially. There's many different ways you can donate. You can go to our website and donate right online. You can, Melissa will put an address in there if you want to just write a check to Kids Club for Jesus, Post Office Box 2238, Collegedale, Tennessee 37315. You can also call us. And Melissa will put a phone number in there, and we can take credit card over the phone. And spread the word, will you? Help spread the word so that kids around the world can learn just how much Jesus loves him. Well, I want to thank you, Olivia, so much for being with us today. And Ashley, you're such a great sport. Thank you for coming. And my mama, she didn't know I was going to do this. And so I didn't know either, though. So, you know. And so I want to just thank you guys for joining us. Please join us on Sabbath for praise and worship. I'll be at the piano playing your favorite songs. And start watch parties, will you? Just go ahead. Everybody start a watch party and have as many people that we can be praising and worshiping Jesus together. That's at 5:30, Brenda Walsh Ministry page on Facebook every Sabbath. So please join us then. But until next time, you guys have an awesome week. Keep praising Jesus. He loves you so much. Remember, boys and girls, it's kids' time to share Jesus. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you. Have a good week.